So what I was saying was that science behind a lot of this is chemical imbalances in the brain. Our brains are pretty balanced when we're born as far as neurotransmitters, hormones, all the chemicals there. And over time, because of either physical trauma or mental trauma through maybe child abuse or anything like that, can cause a degradation in the balance of your neurotransmitters because your body is using serotonin and or GABA, these inhibitory neurotransmitters, to help keep you calm and balanced during times of stress. But these supplies are only short-lived. I mean, if you're stressed daily or you suffer from fear daily, like I did for my entire childhood and into adulthood, these chemical supplies are completely depleted. I mean, then you have nothing. So you just experience increasing symptoms of anxiety because you don't have the chemicals in your brain to help deal with it. We were not designed to be fearful and scared or stressed for prolonged periods of time. And unfortunately, many Americans now are stressed. We live a lifestyle that is very stress oriented. We have deadlines, and kids have soccer and this and that, and emails and phones and all this technology, and driving here and being late for that, and appointments. I mean, more than likely you have a pretty stressful life, and that's not the way it was intended. Everything goes back to that whole paleo ideal situation, because as hunter-gatherers in our bodies, we evolved to be that. We are meant to be active. We're meant to have just a few things on our mind: surviving, and food, procreation. So all these modern problems that we deal with, the ruminating about, oh my God, what am I going to do about that? What am I going to do about this? I have this presentation and that test due, and my evaluation, and it's just a never-ending loop of worrying. And easier said than done. Worrying doesn't get you anywhere. Like Van Wilder said, worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. That is so true, but it's not as easy for some of us, especially that have depleted neurotransmitters, to just not worry. I don't have that optimistic approach for life, but I'm getting there. So in the brain, you start having these depleted chemicals, like I said, and an escalation of symptoms until eventually you need medication, which a lot of times medication will increase dopamine or serotonin in the brain. But there are only two of many neurotransmitters in the brain: acetylcholine, we're talking about GABA and serotonin, but epinephrine, norepinephrine, which some antidepressants help raise those too, but they're artificially raising these, and as a result, down-regulating receptor sites. Benzos are notorious for this, as they bind directly to the GABA-A receptors. So in the long term, you're doing more harm than good, but I understand that if you don't resolve your anxiety, you're causing damage to your brain as well. So it's kind of like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, it's probably better off to take medication at that point if you're just falling apart every day and eroding your, chemicals further. So what can we do besides taking medication? Well, this is just my experience. I'm not a doctor, but this is the experience of me and millions of other people, and many doctors now, and a growing consensus for these therapies is nutritional therapies. Where do you think our neurotransmitters come from? They come from meat. The cofactors, the minerals and vitamins, come from organic vegetables and fruits. So if we eat a balanced diet, it's going to help us restock those supplies. But if you're like me and you spent 25 years eating junk, on top of being stressed, I mean, it's the perfect storm to feel like shit, because you're depleting all your stuff and you're not backing it up with anything. So now that we're extremely depleted, and now that we know the truth, amino acid therapy, and if you read the book by what's her name? It's called The Mood Cure. Amy something. But if you just Google The Mood Cure, you can get it on your Kindle, on Amazon. Wealth of knowledge, very dulled down so you can understand it. Not saying you couldn't, but there's not a lot of medical jargon. It's very simplified, written very well so that we can understand it. There is a lot of things that we can do besides having to suffer the fate of like the people have before us. Amino acids are direct precursors that cross the blood-brain barrier, just like medications, except for they don't have any side effects most of the time because our bodies already have them. They're natural to our bodies, and all they are is just really condensed high supply of what we need, which would be meat, like tryptophan or 5-HTP will help raise serotonin. Tyrosine or L-tyrosine will help raise epinephrine and dopamine. So there's a ton of things that we can do to help raise our chemicals in our brain, but we need to stop eating the junk and the limiting foods that cause dysregulation in our gut and cause depletion of vitamins and minerals. So first, we got to address the physical part and getting our body straight, and then the imbalance can be addressed with herbs, vitamins, and amino acids for most people. Some people are just too far gone and may need a little medication to help, but why not make that a last resort? Maybe medication will help you calm down and get to a point where you can introduce a lot of these more therapeutic lifestyle changes. Fish oil, really good, proven more effective than Prozac in clinical studies for depression. But you need to get a quality one, high DHA, EPA. So once again, a lot we can do on our own. Exercise will help get rid of toxins, will help the body increase endorphins. So there's that. And believe me, I have to drag myself out to the trails to go running sometimes. But once I get out there and I do it, I feel great afterward. So it starts with you. It starts with that initial change. I like to say nothing changes if nothing changes. Everybody wants change, but no one wants to change. It's just, you got to change. You got to make some adjustments. And if you don't, you can't expect miracles to happen. I know you just want to take a pill and everything's going to be all right. But more than likely you're here because you've had issues with these medications. And that's why you're listening to this video. And I'm here to tell people that I've employed a lot of these methods and have made amazing gains. I feel 10 times better now than I did when I was taking Xanax. My energy's been increasing. I've been sleeping better. A lot of my pain is gone. My burning skin sensations are gone. Headaches are gone. I mean, I get flare-ups here and there, but I just have to remember to breathe and come back down, release the tension. So there's a lot of great things, but you gotta start making some changes. Just go out there and get involved, even if it's a 5-minute walk at first. So, but that will only carry you so far. Like I said, I mean, you get your body right, it's only going to carry you so far. You got to get your mind right, and through reading or meditation or, having hope, watching these videos. There's a lot of stuff you can do, yoga, but ultimately, nutrition and amino acids will help, just like medications, and increase those feelings of happiness and can get you farther along. There's a lot of testing out there now, neurotransmission testing and sort of things like that. So much you can do. You're not helpless. There's a lot of hope. If I can overcome these things, I never thought I'd ever get better. I'm not there yet, but I never could even drive down the road without having racing heart, panic attacks all the time. Now I drive at night for Uber just for the experience. I don't love it, but I'm out there, and I've been driving at night to go see friends in other towns. I've driven to the beach to see family members. I've had legitimate happiness for the first time in my life sober over the past year, which for me is incredible. I went through a 3-year stretch where I just couldn't feel anything. I felt completely detached, and I feel a sense of attachment. A lot of times, like colors coming back to my life. I legitimately laugh. I legitimately have fun. This all used to be stuff I faked and faked and faked. People used to say, "Oh, you're the happiest guy I know," and because out there when I'm going to work or doing whatever, something else takes over, and it's like I got to put on this show. And I've been so good at putting on that show since I was 5 years old. I am a great actor, but not anymore. Now I'm actually starting to make a transition into real living. Real living. You don't have to struggle and survive for the rest of your life. Life wasn't meant to just survive. We're meant to thrive. I've been doing a lot of prayer. I've been finding God as well, and that's helping me a lot too. I feel like I'm making a lot of progress because of Him and because of prayer. I'm not sure what your religious beliefs are. I was not at all religious, but I said, you know what, why not try it? I've tried everything else on earth from hypnotherapy. I got some Christian friends that seem happy. Why not give it a shot? And whether it's a placebo or not, I don't know. I feel a difference. So that combined with healthy eating, nutrition, avoiding the bad stuff, surrounding yourself with positivity, positive music, positive movies, positive shows, positive people, exercising, all these things will slowly build the bricks that can be the foundation for you to regain your life. So just subscribe and watch some of my videos, because I'm going to be posting a lot of good stuff, good information that can really help you get through this. So God bless you, and I hope you have a great day.